Now let's do the practical of gRPC. So for this we would be first installing the gRPC and we will be doing this practical with node.js. So first we will be initializing npm, then we would be installing the gRPC JS and the protoloader. Now we have created our setup. Now we will be opening this solution in the Visual Studio Code. So here it is. Now let's define the protos. We would be defining two services in gRPC and we would be defining a client that would be getting the data from two services. So let's say we have created the folder of protos and we are creating the proto1 for the first file. So we are defining the proto1 for service 1. So here we would be defining the service. So the service 1, we can define the methods within the service. So we would be defining the get method. So we would be defining RPC get message and we would be giving it a type like message request, which we would be defining later, and it would returns message response. So we would be defining both of the message request and message response and the get method within the service. Now we have to define this message request, message, message request, and we would be defining the fields that would be taken as an input from the message. So we would be defining, for example, string, first name, and for now we are just setting a value. And then we have the message and message response. Because we have defined here the message request as well as message response, so we would be defining it here. So string, for example, response message as a string. So from our get method, we would be taking input as the first name and we would responding it with a REST message. So this is our first service proto that we have defined. Now we will be defining another second service proto. So for example, we are defining .proto and in the same way we would be defining service 2 with, for example, a method like get data and in which we would be defining the data request and the data request would be containing the ID and it would be getting the response like data, right? So now we would be defining the actual services or its registration or its code. So this is the server side code. So we would be defining the service 1.js and in here we would be first loading the packages like we would be loading the grpc package and the proto loader. We would also be defining a path package because we would be parsing the path. So first we will be loading the proto1 for the service 1 in this file using proto loader and then we would be converting the proto loader file into the javascript object which we would be needing in order to get the service 1 and register the get message method within the service 1. So let's say we would be getting the service 1 definition and we would be using the protoloader.load sync method and this method would be getting the file name in order to load the file. So we would be saying it like use the proto/proto1.proto, but in this case, we have to first get the current directory and then we would be going into the proto/proto1.proto. So we would be using the part.join in which we would be using the underscore underscore dir, which is getting the current directory and the protos file is available in the current directory. So we would be joining the path with this directory. So basically by default the field names like for example the first name would be converted into the camel case when we would be using it here. So in this case if we would be defining the service and this is the service object like proto loader.load sync would be converting this proto file into the JavaScript object. So all of the messages and the services would be loaded with the service one definition and when we would be registering the services it would be converting the fields into camel case like the first name into first name like this it would be converting into this. But if we don't want to do that, like if we want to keep the same case like first name, then we have to make it true. So currently we are making the keep case true so that it would not be converting our fields into camel case. And the next property which we can set is longs, which we would be considering as strings. So, for example, if we have some input fields having long, so when client would be sending that input field from the request to the server, that field would be converted into a string so that there is no data lost from client to server for that field. So many of the time it happens that if there is a very big long or integer value, then if the client is sending it to the server, the precision may have some data loss for this. So in order to stop the data loss for the longs, we would be using the string, and then we would also be using the enums as a string, so that if the client is sending the request to the server, it would be sending the enums as a string as well and not the integer. So this is basically the service one proto, and we would be getting the service one from here. We can also print this so that we can see how it behaves or what is the object we can get from here. And then we would be creating the server. So sorry, grpc dot server. So this method would be giving the grpc server to us, and from this server object we have to first register our service. So we would be adding the service. We would be getting the server one proto dot service, so that we can have the service get registered, and we would be defining the methods from there. So we have the service method, the get message in the proto. So we will be defining this method. So in this method we would be getting the inputs within the call, and we can have the callback as an input. This is the callback function that we would be using in order to respond from this service. So now here we would be defining the get message, and this get message would be getting the input from the call and would be returning the response using the callback. So here we have the call.request containing all the inputs that is coming from the client. So we would be getting these responses. So here we would be getting the first name as a request. So here we would be placing the first name as a request, that from the client request we would be getting the first name, and then we would be returning the response back after some processing. So we would be doing the processing here. Like for example, if we want to get some data from the database, then we would be implementing the logic here, and then we would be calling the callback, and here we would be setting null as the first parameter, that there is no error, and here we would be giving the response with the message like this, a rest message colon, and then we can send the message, for example, like hello Mr. First Name, right? So this way we can define the service, we can register the service, we can define what methods or the operations would be doing in the service. So we would be defining all the methods. Now we have used the keep case true, so that is why the input coming from the client would not be converted into the camel case. Then server.bind async in order to allow the server from listening at a port. So we would be defining, for example, the port here, like for example, const port equals to. So this is it. So we are not going into much details, but here we are starting the service one with port this. So because this is a development environment, so we are not creating a gRPC with a secure credentials. So we are just mentioning this, that we are creating the gRPC with insecure server credentials, and these are unencrypted and unauthorized, and this is for the development purpose. We have defined this service, and now we would be defining another service like service2.js, and we would be defining it the same way. We would be utilizing the proto2.proto in this case, and we would be implementing the get method. In the get method we have just got the id from the request, because in here we have the data request, and the data request is having the id. So we would be getting the id, and we would be responding back with the id, like data for id, this is this, and we would be using a different port than the service one. So the service one is on 50051, and the service 2 is on 50052, and we would be starting the service 2 as well as with service 1. But before that we would be defining a client that would be calling these methods or services. So we would be defining, for example, client1.js. And in the client, we would also be using the same libraries because the client would be using the gRPC and the proto loader. So the proto file is being shared between the client and the server. So the proto loader would be loading the same way in the client as well. And we will be pasting the same code like for the service 1 definition and for the service 2 definition. We would be loading for the service 1, proto 1, and the proto 2 for the service 2. So we have to load both the service 1 definition and the service 2 definition the same way as we were doing separately in the service 1 and service 2. So because the proto file is being shared between client and the server, and both the client and the server should know what is the proto file. So we would be defining the proto file and we would be extracting or loading the proto file using the proto loader, and the same way we would be getting the load package definition in order to get the object of service 1 and the service 2 using for the gRPC. And now here we would be defining the service 1 client. We would be creating the new object like service 1, and the service 1 wants the address in order to call it. So we have the service 1 binding here and we have this method. So the same way we would be using, we would be giving it the address like localhost 5051 because we are in the development environment, and we would be using the same because we are in the development environment. So we would be creating the object of service 1 client this way, and the same way we would be creating the service 2 client object in which we would be giving its port, and then we would be calling the methods of service 1 and service 2. So we have the method of get message. Now we have to give in here the parameters, the input parameters or the request parameters here, and then we would be getting the response. So for example, ERR and the response. So we have to send the parameters in the JavaScript object like first name Santosh, and we would be getting the response. We are saying if error, then console log the error, else console log the response. And here in the response, if you remember that we are having the rest message, so we are just console log the rest message. So this is the first implementation. So for the service 2, we would be doing the same. And here it is. Now we would be executing the service 1, service 2, and the client. Sorry, we have used a wrong name. Proto 1 and Proto 2. Now we would be executing the service 1 and service 2, and then we would be executing the client. So for this, we would be going into the terminal and we would be node service 1.js, and here it is. So our service 1 is ready, and we have registered the service 1 method like get message, and here is the object which we have console. So the service 1 proto, we have console like it has the path, the way we would be calling it, it has the request and the response types, and then now we would be starting the service 2 simultaneously. Sorry. So now we have executed the service 2 as well along with service 1. So the service 1 is executed on this and the service 2 is executed on this. Now we would be executing the client in order to see if client is able to get the data from the service 1 and service 2 or not. Oh, sorry. So this is the basically the credentials dot service 1. So you can see that it is sending the first name as Santosh as an input and would be returning the result whatever is coming from the service 1. So in the service 1, it is getting the input from the client in call.request, and it is sending the callback like null as error, so no error, then response this. So in the client, it will be getting the response for the second parameter and it is returning the result. So this way we can implement the gRPC using simple unary method, and it is dynamically loading the proto file and generating the service definitions automatically.